Hi, everyone. Welcome to the English Cast. I'm Ryan, and we're really happy you're here with us today.
Hey everyone, I'm Emma. Whether you're listening on your way to work or relaxing at home, this podcast is here to help you feel more confident using real English in real life.
If you enjoy conversations like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the English Cast. It really helps the channel grow. All right, let's jump into today's topic. You know, Emma, one of the biggest challenges for learners is that moment when they want to speak, but they get stuck trying to build a sentence from scratch. They are thinking about grammar rules, verb tenses, and prepositions, and by the time they are ready to speak, the moment has passed. It can be very frustrating.
I see that all the time. It is what we call the construction trap. You are trying to build a house every time you want to say hello. But native speakers don't build every sentence from scratch. We use chunks, or pre-made phrases that we store in our brains. Today, we want to give our listeners a survival kit. We have selected 25 English sentences that you can use almost every single day.
Exactly. These are sentences that fit into so many different situations. If you master these, you stop worrying about grammar and you just focus on connecting. Let's start with the very beginning of a conversation. We all know "how are you?" but native speakers often use something a little more casual. The first sentence is, "How's it going?"
How's it going? Is perfect. It is friendly, it is natural, and you can use it with colleagues, friends, or even the person making your coffee. The important thing here is the pronunciation. We often blend the words together. Instead of how is it going, it sounds like how's it going. It flows very smoothly.
And the answer doesn't have to be complicated. You can just say, "Good, thanks," or "Not bad." It is a low-pressure opener. Now, what if you haven't seen someone for a long time? You run into an old friend on the street. You need sentence number 2. Long time no see.
Long time no see. I love this one because it is grammatically incorrect if you analyze it, but it is perfectly correct in social English. It immediately establishes a warm tone. It means, I am happy to see you again after such a break. You would not use this in a very formal job interview, but for almost any other social situation, it is great.
Moving on, sometimes you want to ask someone about their recent activities without being too nosy. Sentence number 3 is, "What have you been up to?" This is the present perfect continuous tense, but you don't need to worry about the grammar. Just memorize the sound. What have you been up to?
And the key here is that up to just means doing. You are asking, what have you been doing lately? It is a great conversation starter because it allows the other person to tell you as much or as little as they want. They might say, just working, or they might tell you about a whole new project. It puts the ball in their court.
Now, let's look at a sentence for when you want to make a suggestion or a plan. Sentence number 4 is, "Do you want to grab a coffee?" Note that we use the verb grab. We don't usually say, "Do you want to drink a coffee?" in a casual setting. Grab implies it is quick, casual, and low pressure.
Grab makes it sound very relaxed. You can grab lunch, grab a bite to eat, or grab a drink. It is one of those verbs that instantly makes you sound more native. If someone asks you this, and you want to say yes, you can use sentence number 5. That sounds good to me.
That sounds good to me. This is a perfect way to agree. It is enthusiastic but simple. You are confirming the plan and showing that you are happy about it. You can also shorten it to just "sounds good." It is very efficient.
Now, Let's shift gears a little bit to the workplace or getting things done. We are all busy, and sometimes we need to acknowledge a request. Sentence number 6 is, I'm on it. This is much better than saying I will do it. I'm on it implies immediate action and responsibility.
I use I'm on it constantly. If my boss asks for a report, I say I'm on it. It gives the other person confidence that the task is being handled. It shows you are proactive. But sometimes, you are the one who needs help. That brings us to sentence number 7. Could you give me a hand?
Could you give me a hand involves the idiom give a hand, which just means to help. It sounds much softer and more polite than saying help me. It suggests that you just need a little assistance, not that you are in a crisis. You can use this when you are moving furniture or when you're stuck on a difficult email.
And what if you are in the middle of a conversation and you miss what the other person said? This happens to everyone, even native speakers. You need sentence number 8. Sorry, I didn't catch that. This is vital for learners. Do not just nod and smile if you don't understand.
Please don't just smile. I didn't catch that is a metaphor. It means the words were thrown at you and you didn't catch them with your ears. It is a very polite way to ask someone to repeat themselves without apologizing for your English level. It just implies the volume was low or they spoke too fast.
Similarly, if you want to check if you are being clear, you can use sentence number 9. Does that make sense? This is a great tool for communication. After you explain an idea or give instructions, you ask this to ensure the other person is following you.
Does that make sense? Creates a loop of feedback. It shows you care about being understood. It is much better than asking, do you understand? Which can sometimes sound a little bit aggressive or condescending. Does that make sense? Puts the focus on your explanation, not their intelligence.
Let's talk about gratitude. Thank you is fine, but it can get repetitive. Sentence number 10 is, I really appreciate it. This adds depth to your thanks. You are saying that you value the effort the person made for you.
I really appreciate it is a wonderful phrase to have in your pocket. You can use it when someone holds the door for you, when a colleague covers your shift, or when a friend listens to your problems. It feels sincere and warm. It builds a stronger connection than a quick, thanks.
Now, let's move into the middle of the day. Maybe you're discussing plans or opinions. Sentence number 11 is, I'm not sure about that. This is a very important sentence because it allows you to disagree politely. You don't want to say you are wrong or no. That is too blunt.
I'm not sure about that is what we call softening language. It protects the relationship. Even if you completely disagree, starting with this phrase opens a discussion rather than starting a fight. It shows respect for the other person's opinion while stating your hesitation.
On the flip side, if you completely agree with someone or you want to support their idea, you can use sentence number 12. I couldn't agree more. This is a strong statement. It means you are 100% on the same page.
I couldn't agree more is great for building rapport. If your friend says, this pizza is delicious, you say, I couldn't agree more. It creates a bond. It is a very positive, affirming sentence to use in casual conversation.
Sometimes you need to make a decision, but you want to be flexible. You want to let the other person choose. Sentence number 13 is, it's up to you. This gives the power of the decision to the other person.
It's up to you is perfect for when you're making plans. Where do you want to eat? It's up to you. It shows you're easygoing. But be careful not to use it every single time, or people might think you never have an opinion. Use it when you genuinely don't mind.
Let's talk about apologizing. We all make small mistakes. Maybe you bump into someone or you forget a name. Sentence number 14 is, my bad. This is very casual slang, mostly used in North America, but understood everywhere. It means, my mistake.
My bad is very useful for small, unimportant errors. If you step on someone's toe, you say, oops, my bad. Do not use this in a serious situation. If you crash your car into someone else's car, do not say, my bad. That is too casual. But for daily slip-ups, it is perfect.
And how do you respond when someone apologizes to you? You need sentence number 15. No worries. This is extremely common in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, and now in the US too. It means, don't worry about it, or it is not a problem.
No worries is the ultimate relaxed response. It tells the other person that everything is fine and they should stop stressing. Sorry I'm late. No worries. It instantly diffuses any tension. It makes you sound like a very chilled out person.
Let's look at some phrases for managing your time. Maybe someone asks you a question, and you don't know the answer right now. Sentence number 16 is, let me get back to you. This buys you time. You are promising to find the answer and contact them later.
Let me get back to you is a professional lifesaver. Instead of panicking or guessing the answer, you pause the conversation. It makes you look responsible because you want to provide the correct information. It is much better than saying, I don't know, and ending the conversation there.
What if you are very busy and someone tries to interrupt you? You can use sentence number 17. I'm a bit tied up right now. Tied up is an idiom that means busy or occupied. It is a polite way to say you can't talk.
I'm a bit tied up is great because it gives a visual image of being bound by your work. But it isn't rude. You can follow it with, can we talk in 10 minutes? It sets a boundary without rejecting the person. It is very useful in an office environment.
Now, let's say you have finished a task or a meeting. You want to signal that it is time to stop. Sentence number 18 is, let's call it a day. This is an idiom that means, let's stop working for today.
Let's call it a day is the best thing to hear at 5 p.m. It signals the end of effort. You can also use it if a project isn't going well and you need a break. We are tired, let's call it a day and start fresh tomorrow. It shows leadership and awareness of energy levels.
Moving into social situations again, imagine someone tells you some surprising news. You need a reaction. Sentence number 19 is, no way. This expresses shock, surprise, or disbelief in a fun way.
No way is so versatile. I won the lottery. No way. I saw Ryan at the gym. No way. It shows you are engaged and listening actively. It brings energy to the interaction. Just be careful with your tone. If you say it angrily, it means you refuse to do something. But with a high pitch, it means surprise.
What if you want to wish someone luck? Good luck is standard, but sentence number 20 is, fingers crossed. This is usually accompanied by the gesture of crossing your fingers. It means you are hoping for a good outcome.
Fingers crossed is very cultural. You can say, I have my job interview today. And your friend will say, fingers crossed. It means, I am rooting for you. It is a lovely way to show support.
Now, let's look at clarifying information. Sometimes people speak in circles. Sentence number 21 is, what do you mean by that? This asks for a specific definition or explanation of a point.
What do you mean by that? Helps you get to the bottom of things. If someone says, "This report is interesting," that is vague. You can ask, "What do you mean by interesting?" Do they mean it is good, bad, or strange? It forces clarity without being rude.
We are getting close to the end of our list. Sentence number 22 is for when you need to leave. You can't just walk away. You say, "I've got to get going." This is a transition phrase. It signals that you're about to leave.
"I've got to get going" is polite because it implies an external pressure. It sounds like you have to leave, not that you want to leave. It protects the other person's feelings. You can combine it with the earlier phrase, "It was great catching up, but I've got to get going."
And when you are actually saying goodbye, you can use sentence number 23. See you later. It is simple, classic, and friendly. Even if you might not see them later that specific day, it works as a general goodbye.
"See you later" keeps the door open. It implies that the relationship will continue. It is much friendlier than "goodbye," which can sometimes sound a bit final or dramatic.
If you want to wish someone a generally good time, sentence number 24 is, "Have a good one." This is my absolute favorite because one can mean anything. Have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a good evening. You don't have to think about what time it is.
"Have a good one" is the Swiss Army knife of goodbyes. It works for the cashier, your boss, your friend, or your neighbor. It is casual, warm, and very natural. If you only learn one goodbye phrase, make it this one.
And finally, sentence number 25. This is for when you want to maintain a connection with someone you might not see for a while. It is, keep in touch. This invites them to send a message or call you in the future.
Keep in touch is the perfect way to end a conversation with a warm feeling. It says, "I value you, and I don't want this to be the end." It is great for colleagues who are changing jobs or friends who are moving away. It leaves the relationship on a high note.
So there you have it. 25 sentences that act as keys to unlock daily conversations. From "How's it going?" to "Keep in touch." These phrases cover almost every interaction you will have in a normal day.
The beauty of these sentences is that you don't need to analyze them. You can just trust them. We call this input. By hearing these phrases today, you have put them into your brain. Now, your job is to move them to output. Try to use just one or two of them tomorrow.
Exactly. Don't try to use all 25 at once. Just pick one. Maybe tomorrow, instead of goodbye, say, "Have a good one." See how it feels. Notice how the other person reacts. You will see that using natural phrases makes people relax around you.
And remember to practice shadowing. Go back through this episode. Listen to how we said, "How's it going?" or "I'm a bit tied up," and repeat it exactly. Match our rhythm, match our emotion. That is how you take ownership of the language.
It is about building that muscle memory. The more you say "no worries," the more natural it will feel on your tongue. Eventually, you won't even think about it. It will just pop out when you need it. That is fluency.
I really hope you found this list helpful. These aren't just words, they are tools for connection. We want you to feel confident enough to walk into any room and start talking. You have the tools now. All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope this conversation helped make English feel clearer and more natural for you in everyday situations.
Remember, progress comes from small daily practice. If you enjoy this episode, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the English Cast so you don't miss the next one.
And as always, keep learning, keep speaking, and keep connecting. Thanks for spending your time with us. We'll see you in the next episode.